Good evening, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton. I am president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. And Lordy, it was cold out there today here in Denver. I hope some of you are having some nicer weather, but what we're getting ready to talk about is, are you frozen in fear? Good timing. Middle of December, stinking cold outside. Don't get frozen in fear. There's a large group of people, all right? These people, these are not inventors yet, people. You know, we've identified through research with the USPTO that there are 4 groups of people out there that just never take that first step to becoming an inventor. And those are the people that, you know, that's a group that we are, all 4 of those groups are people we're really trying to reach. But one of them is the people who just don't want to rock the boat. They're afraid of taking that first step. They don't know what to expect. So when we look at those groups of people that are, for one reason or another, just not taking a step, that group that's frozen in fear, don't be afraid of the process. Learn about it. Do you know how many brilliant ideas just never see the light of day because somebody was afraid to take the first step? The first step is not painful or expensive. In fact, it doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of your time. Okay. So what is the first step? Get out there and do a realistic look around to see what you can find. You know, there was a lady that said, oh, I'm ready to get my search done and I want to, you know, invent this thing and get a patent done on it. And you know what? I said, give me 15 minutes. Said, you might want to buy that one on Amazon. It's $24.95. It'll be a lot faster and a lot cheaper. And it was exactly what she was doing. A lot of inventors don't take the first step because you don't necessarily want to find it. I had a lady said, oh, that big company stole my grandson's idea because he came up with this when he was 10. Well, did you do anything with it? No, but it was his idea. You know, I'm sorry. Ideas are like belly buttons. Everybody's got one. It does not matter how cute yours is. I cannot sell it. All right. And you cannot license it because it's a belly button. Ideas are nothing when they're just sitting in your head. So what do? Step up to the plate and do some digging. How would you Google your product if you were looking for it online, if you wanted to buy it? All right. What are the names that you would call for it? What are, how would it be used in a different industry? So what we're looking at is, you know, good patents are not size specific, material specific, or industry specific. So how would your thing be used someplace else? And then what would you call it? Get in there, dig around, look around for it. Heavens, if you find it, it's a lot cheaper. Now, looking at patents is a whole nother ballgame and it can be painful, but go to the USPTO, dig around again. You know, there are so many people out there sitting on reasonably good ideas that could have an impact in the marketplace, an improvement on some gadget in the kitchen or something that you use in the yard outside. Find out. What do you have to lose? You know, we can tell you, no, you can't do that because it's been tried and there's a reason it doesn't go to market, but then at least you know. All right. When somebody comes to me and says, well, I've been working on this for 10 years. It's like, really? You know, you had the idea 10 years ago. My guess is technology is probably trumped it by now. But in 10 years, the average lifespan of a product on the shelf is only 7. So don't get frozen in fear. Take the first step. All right. So your first step now is looking around seriously to see if you can find it. You can go to Google Patents and then with keywords, search for other patents that might be out there like it. Do at least some baseline looking around. Make it your New Year's resolution. Come on, get off the sofa, get something done. While everybody else is watching football, if you're not a football fanatic, do some looking around. Build your own version of a prototype. Duct tape, cardboard, Play-Doh, I don't care. I've seen some really cool ones made out of Legos. Doesn't really matter. Do something, all right? Sitting around saying that, you know, well, I'm afraid of what I might find. Really? Don't use that as an excuse. That's really a bad excuse. To do nothing and then complain when you see it on the shelf. I get so many inventors that say, oh, well, you know, I've been having ideas all of my life and the next thing I know, I see it on the shelf. Don't be that inventor. Don't be that person sitting on the sofa. Become the inventor. Become the inventor. Our nation is made up of inventors. How do you think we survived? when people started landing on the shore, by golly, if they didn't come up with the invention to fix the problem, they starved to death. They didn't get from point A to point B. They fixed their problems. We are a nation of inventors. All right. All you have to do is get yours out of your head. I was telling my husband the other night, it's like, I have got an invention for when we move, something that I want on the house. And it's like, whoa, that's a pretty cool idea. Well, you know what? I'm going to get a search done. We're going to get out there. By the time we move, we are going to have that product ready to go. All right. And I will either find one or I will invent one. Join us. All right. Now, the first thing that eventually you get to the point where you've got to spend some money. The first money you spend is pretty straightforward. $500 on a comprehensive independent patent search. You want somebody out there that's going to go and take a look. It's a conflict of interest to have the attorney who's going to write the patent do the search. So we don't ever advise that. At AOS, we're going to say, here's a couple of places you can go to get your independent search done. And then you find out. All right. Sometimes finding out is peace of mind. And we're going to tell you, don't go there, or we need to hustle this up. And then we're going to give you some steps to follow. It's our job at AOS, Archimedes Offspring, on the inventor side, two sides to AOS, investor side, inventor side. It's our job to guide you, to nurture you, to help you out, to help you make good decisions, to help you not be frozen in fear. All right. We don't want those inventors sitting on the sofa saying, I'm afraid of that first step, or I'm afraid of how much it's going to cost. If you go through the vetting process at AOS, it's not going to cost you a thing, not a darn thing. All right. You'll tee it up. If you get the search done and the patentability opinion and you're chosen for the vetting process, you'll get that money reimbursed. There you go. All right. So when you get then through the vetting process, yes, it's not dollars out of your pockets. It's going to be a portion of the patent that you assign to the investor side, because the investors, obviously, they're going to be putting money into it. They're going to want money out of it, and they're going to want some interest. Pretty traditional type of mutual fund policy. All right. So you want to know more about that? Go to the investor side and read about it. See what it's going to take. But to go through the vetting process and get teed up, the money out of your pocket is very minimal. When you compare it to being a startup that's going to cost you $250,000 plus, the out of the vetting process for AOS, minimal, about $1,500. All right, $1,000 for the patentability opinion, $500 for the comprehensive search. You fill out the application, $5 for the vetting process, and you can find out, do you have something? All right, is AOS going to be able to go ahead and get you into the vetting program, and then the mentoring program, and then, all right, receiving money program. All right, so basically 3 steps. You go through the vetting process. That's where you're giving us information. We vet the project. Then we mentor you through the steps, and the money comes in to start paying for it. Now, you don't get it. It doesn't go in a check to you or deposited to account. It goes into escrow, and it's going to pay the service providers directly. But again, your risk is minimal. Don't get frozen in fear. Don't get stuck in the doldrums. Don't fantasize about becoming an inventor with your brilliant idea and never take the first step. We are here to make sure that it's warm and cozy and to help you through the process. And like I said, you want to know more about what's going to be on the investor side? Take a look at the website. All right, it's a click of your finger, archimedesoffspring.com. Go there. You can click on either side of that, see what the inventors have got to do, see what it says about the investor side of it. The more educated you are, the better decisions you are going to make. So throw the ice out. All right. Warm, nice, secure. That's what we're here to help you with. My name is Rita Crompton. I am president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. We are here to help you through the vetting process, and then the mentoring, and then to make wise decisions about the process you'll be going through.